Okay, this is the third video in the subject and verb agreement section. Today we're going to be talking about how to replace a subject with a pronoun, which will help you decide if the verb agrees or doesn't agree. So as a reminder, this is information that you're expected to know, so if it's very difficult for you, see an ESL tutor or your teacher for more help. And this video is based on this worksheet that you were supposed to have done, which is singular and plural practice, and that was to add, to note whether the noun was singular or plural and what pronoun it should be replaced with. So let's get started. Well, the first thing is when we're working on subject-verb agreement, we want to replace the subject with a pronoun. And the subject pronouns we can use are I, you, he, she, it, we, or they. Okay, and this will help us determine if the verb agrees. Okay, so let's start by looking at the pronoun it. It refers to a thing, and it is singular. It is singular. So let's talk about some of the nouns from your singular and plural subject practice that could be replaced by it. The first one is a steaming cup of coffee. That looks good, doesn't it? Kitchen can also be replaced by it, a thing. Here's another one. Bouquet of flowers. Bouquet of flowers. Number 12 on your list. Okay? Now, you might see flowers and think that should be a plural noun. But because you have the word bouquet, it's singular. It doesn't matter that there are a lot of flowers within the bouquet. The bouquet still is singular, and it refers to one thing, so we should replace it with it. Okay? Here are some others that might surprise you that they can be replaced with it. The first is nothing. And the second is everything. Nothing and everything should be replaced by it. Some people say, that doesn't make any sense. Everything means many things. So how can it be replaced with it? This is a rule, and this is a chart that you have that shows some indefinite pronouns that are always singular. You will notice that everything and nothing are on this list, okay? So for all of these words, they are always singular. That means whenever we think about replacing them, we would replace them with it, or in the case of a person, with he or she. Okay? The final subject that can be replaced by it on your list is number 17, a bowl of oatmeal. Okay, bowl is the head noun here, and it's singular. Okay, what about when you have a noun that is everyone? So here we see that everyone looks like, when we kind of imagine everyone, we imagine a big group of people, maybe on The Simpsons or maybe somewhere else. But surprisingly to many of us, everyone is replaced with he or she. Okay? Everyone is also a singular subject. So how do you know that? You have to go back and look at your indefinite pronoun chart and see that everyone and also everybody are always singular. Okay? So everyone would be replaced with he or she. Each of the members is another. What subject pronoun could replace that? Again, it's he or she. Even though members is plural, and it might make us think, oh, let's put they. The real noun in this sentence, the head noun, is each, and that's singular. That means one person. Okay? So here's an example from a famous TV show that's called Oprah Winfrey. And in this example, each of the members of Oprah's audience has received a car. That means each one. One of them is called each. So each of the members has received a car. Okay? Finally, let's consider the noun no one. No one is also on our chart. And so no one should also be replaced by he or she. Okay? And no one would be a singular subject. So instead of saying no one know, we would say no one knows the trouble I've seen. Okay? Okay. So the rest of the nouns on your list are going to be replaced with the pronoun they. Okay, so let's think about about some of these that are also replaced with they. Okay, walls is plural, that's they. Ginger, Jack, and Chris, also they. Children is they. Calendars, pictures of my room. People. Now you see many times the plural subjects have an S, right? But people and children are irregular plurals. So they don't have an S, but we know they're more than one. Okay? When you have a compound subject like Michelle and Mike, that refers to two people. So that should be replaced by they. Okay? Similar, number 18, glass of water and a snack. That's two things. That should also be replaced with they. And houses, a plural noun, should also be replaced with they. Here are the answers to the singular and plural subject practice in order. I didn't necessarily go in order in discussing some of these subjects with you. So you can pause the video if you'd like to check your answers using this. Okay? I want to talk a little bit about how these pronouns work, okay, in English, and how does actual agreement work. How it works is that anytime we have these, any noun that can be replaced by one of these pronouns, I, you, we, or they, those follow one set of rules, whereas he, she, and it follow a different set of rules. Okay, so mostly subject-verb agreement applies to the simple present tense. Okay, so when we have I, you, we, or they, we have go. Just a verb with no ending for the simple present. However, when we have he, she, or it, we say goes, the verb plus s. Okay, so while we say you go, we say she goes. Okay, we work, he works. Okay, so you should be able to hear that and know whether it's right or wrong. This is also true in the negative for the simple present. We say I, you, we, or they don't go, but for he, she, or it, we say doesn't go. Okay, we don't have school today. They don't live here anymore. She doesn't have time to do her homework. Okay? There are a couple other irregular verbs that follow these rules. One would be have. I, you, we, and they go with have. We have 5 children. Okay? She has 6 children. Okay? And also the be verb in the past, we say I, you, we, or they were, while he, she, or it was. So these are some of the rules that you need to follow for subject-verb agreement practice. And in the next video, you'll see how you put some of these pieces together to actually make your verbs agree correctly with your subjects.